What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning back into the HUD Space Holonet. I'm your host, Cravaggio Press, distant cousin of Darth Maul and Savaggio Press. In this video, I'm giving you gameplay of Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma, only because I'd like to talk a little bit about The Last Jedi. Now, there are spoilers, so if you have not seen The Last Jedi and you come across this video, do not watch it if you haven't seen it yet. But I'm going to talk to you guys about some things. Let's start off with Kylo Ren. Well, in The Last Jedi, he seems like he's kind of depressed. He doesn't talk much. It's almost robotic. Like when he does something, he does it. There are spoilers, so remember this. If you continue to watch this video, a lot of things will be spoiled for you. Alright, so Kylo Ren, he seems more depressed. He seems like he's going mad a little bit to me personally. Like his mind's getting messed up. It seems to be he's not so much the dark side. The way he explained it, can't remember exactly what he said, but I guess I may be wrong, my memory may be wrong, but from what I saw, he doesn't want the Jedi nor the Sith to exist. He wants to rule the galaxy and keep them from coming back. And there was actually a part where I thought he was rescuing Rey. He kills Snoke, so he cut Snoke in half by using the Force. While Snoke was distracted in rage, Kylo managed to cut him in half with Rey's lightsaber that was sitting on his throne when they had Rey captured. And that right there just shocked me. I was like, what? Cut him in half, and then he fell into it, and it cut his head off. And I was just like, what? We don't even know who Snoke is. We don't know. Well, that just happened. And after that, the Praetorian guards, Snoke's personal guards, activated their weapons. And him and Rey fought alongside each other. Like he saved her. And I was like, oh my god, Kylo Ren is going good. This is happening in the second film. I go, well, who's going to be the main bad guy? They're fighting off the Praetorians, and then finally they kill the Praetorian guards. And Rey's talking to Kylo, and my hopes. I was completely wrong what I thought was going to happen. Completely wrong. He actually looks at her, holds his hand out, and says, "Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy and bring peace." I was like, Kylo, I thought you were going good. But no, it just completely caught me off guard. My woman actually went on her phone right away and said, "I like this change of events." And then right after that happened, I looked at her, I said, well, there goes those change of events, because he's still bad. But what happened with Captain Phasma is throughout the whole first film, well, let me talk about Kylo Ren a little bit more. We found out that the reason why he turned on the Jedi, and he turned on Luke, is because it looked like Luke was going to kill Kylo. Now, from Kylo's point of view, he was being manipulated by Snoke, okay? And Snoke was, he was learning more about the dark side, of the power and everything. Well, Kylo wasn't lost. He really wasn't. Rey even got mad at Luke for this. Luke gave up on Kylo, okay? Kylo Ren was not lost yet. He was still on the borderline between light and dark, okay? Snoke was manipulating him. He was looking to Luke for help, and he was seeing that Snoke was helping him more because Luke had doubts. Luke didn't want to create another Vader. He didn't want to create another Palpatine, another Sidious. He didn't want to do that. And one night, Luke goes into Kylo Ren's hut, and at the Jedi Temple, on the temple grounds, he goes to his hut, and he's standing there, and Luke's thinking, this kid's turning to the dark side. He's too far to the dark side. I cannot save him. He ignites his lightsaber as if he is about to kill Kylo. But then Luke changes his mind with it. He says, no, I can't do this. This is my nephew. I can save him. But Kylo saw that happen without Luke knowing. And Luke looked back down and saw Kylo Ren just looking up at this guy, at his master, at his uncle, with an ignited lightsaber over him. So Kylo grabbed his lightsaber real quick, went to strike Luke, and then he force pulled in the hut to crash around them. and Kylo continued to kill off the Jedi, but those who joined him, I'm guessing, became the Knights of Ren, who were those Praetorian Guard in the film. Now, let me talk to you a little bit. So, I mean, and you know, at the end, Kylo Ren, you could see him. Luke even said, "If you strike me," it was a telepathic apparition of Luke. He was on the island planet meditating, making himself look like he's really there on Crate, and it distracted Kylo, and Kylo thought he was actually fighting Luke when it was just a projection of his life force. And yeah, Kylo would have killed Luke in cold blood, but then Luke died. He ends up becoming one with the Force, and so I don't know where they're going with Kylo Ren with this. Seems to be he just wants to rule, and that's my opinion on Kylo. I like him. I like how he is. I like what he's becoming. But now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what happens with Captain Phasma. Now there's more spoilers after this. I was very, very disappointed in Captain Phasma and how they made her. It didn't really show off her skill that much. Nothing. Now what happened was, in the first film, it didn't show much of her. She was just there, kind of, you know. There was a funny part with Han Solo saying, "Is there a garbage chute around?" That was basically it. And in this film, we see more of Captain Phasma, but we don't see her until the later of the film. What happened is that Captain Phasma runs into Finn. They capture Finn and Rose, the Resistance tech. And they're going to escape. I believe it's BB-8 takes over like one of their ATSTs. And she gets distracted, so they all start shooting at Captain Phasma. I mean, well, Captain Phasma and her FN stormtroopers begin shooting at BB-8, gets distracted. She gets into a melee combat with Finn. Finn uses one of those those riot batons, the electro baton or whatever it was, to duel Phasma. She pulls out this sharp freaking spear, and they fight. They're fighting so freaking slow. Well, it shows Captain Phasma's armor how it works, because it's rumored that Phasma's armor was given to her, and the armor was created from Padme's personal starship, Naboo starship. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I just heard. But when she was getting shot, the blaster was bouncing right off her armor. Whenever Finn would hit her spear with her staff, with the electro staff, the electricity would bounce off her suit. But then Finn began to overpower her and then just whacked her right in the helmet. She went down. She looks up at Finn, and you could see her underneath the mask. You could see her eye a little bit. She's got blonde hair and a blue eye. She's white. But then the ground from right under her just falls, and Captain Phasma falls to her death in a fiery, and all the fire, and just falls into space, and basically she was incinerated. But that doesn't make sense to me, because Captain Phasma got all this hype, had figures, her own armor, and that's how she goes. One fight scene that lasted like 30 seconds, not even. And she falls to her death, and I checked it on Wikipedia, and it said she fell to a fiery death. And it says her character is dead, unless Disney plans on giving her a comeback. I don't know. But so far, that's the end of Phasma that I know of. The only thing special that we saw that she has was how her armor can deflect blaster bolts. So, Captain Phasma, I'm a little disappointed in how she went and what they did. I wasn't disappointed with the movie overall, but I wouldn't pay to go see it again. I'll just wait till it comes out. If a friend of mine wants to, I saw it with my wife, but if my friend wants to go see it with me, like a friend, then I'd go. But other than that, I won't be going at my own will. So, it's weird where I'm seeing Disney take all the Star Wars films, but that's just my opinion. I still love Star Wars. I love this game. I love everything about Star Wars. And with that being said, there's some information and how I feel about Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma in The Last Jedi film. This is Cravaggio Press from the Hut Space Holonet, signing out.